Hello everyone, Selene here. I am so grateful to be joining you today. We had some trouble on Tuesday with the live video. And then I'm just gonna go share this over to the creative group before we get started. Let me see if it's gonna let me do it. That would be good. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Hi, Carol. All right, so share in a group. Always takes me a second creating, just so everybody can find us. All right. So yeah, on Tuesday we had some water in our kitchen. The faucet was leaking, and then underneath the faucet, all the connections were leaking, and then the drain pipe was actually leaking. So we had a puddle of water. We woke up to a puddle of water on Tuesday morning, and it took us a bit to get the house put back together, but our guy Kenny came and took care of it. You may have heard him when we had construction upstairs in the back of the garage singing Jingle Bells one time coming through while I was doing a live video. I was like, oh, Tuesdays at 3, Tuesdays at 3. Well, today it's Thursday because Kenny was here and I just didn't want to take a chance that it would be disruptive. I had stamp club this week, and we made a couple of cute projects, and next week I have a full weekend retreat for 42 people, 42 women, and a couple of husbands. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited. We have optional classes and pillow gifts and a cute bag, and so I'm overly thrilled about getting ready for that and making all of the last minute things just right, pillow gifts and little gifts, and making sure that the venue has the information because it includes all food, and so awesome. So a real crafting getaway where people can just relax and hang out and do nothing but have their own 6-foot table where they can relax for an entire weekend. What could be better? So tonight I decided to put an online workshop on the books, and normally my daughter Alexis would be here to help me, but she has something at school and I totally forgot. One of the things that I love about my job is that I can usually drop on a dime and change my schedule and accommodate for, she's going through college application processes right now. And I really wanted to be there tonight, but my husband, he's a rock star. He's going to take her instead. And I will be here on the online workshop group live at 7 o'clock to bring you some spring and Easter cards. So I'll show you those to start, and then I'll show you, I'm gonna share a couple of projects that we made at club this week. Can I just tell you, they are so fun. There's a pulley card. Oh my gosh. So I'll flip the camera and we'll just get going, and welcome this week. And I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for those who buy my classes or who support my crafting business. It really makes a difference to me and my family, and this is my full-time job. I'm totally here to support you guys, and I hope that I can help you with your crafty hobby, and if you need anything, make sure you reach out. Okay, let me flip the camera. So I got the camera on the other side for some reason, which is bizarre for me, like talking to the wrong side of the camera, you know what I mean? All right, ta-da, look, I got a table. That's good. So this was, that was club. And I'll get to this one after, actually. This is tonight's event. It's a really cute 4-card class, and it's free. You can come and just hang out. This is a gift card holder, and I've never done a card like this, and I thought that I came up with this, this fold, but then I got one in the mail as a swap this week. So apparently I did not come up with the measurements, but it did come out of my head like that. I didn't actually case that one. And you can see that I put notes on the back for myself for when I'm writing directions, but all the directions are ready for this, as well as the packets. Look at it. My little sparkly bunny. So we'll be doing this tonight live at 7 o'clock on the online workshop group. I love this bunny. Oh my gosh. When you stamp him one way and then you stamp him another way, it looks like a different duck, but it's the same duck. Duck, duck. Makes me happy. Anyway, that's tonight's class. I hope that you're around to come and hang out with us. And I'm sitting down. I'm trying to see if I can find the comments. I'm not seeing your comments on my laptop, but what can you do? Let's just jump right in. Let me see if I can find it. Live chat. So if I'm gonna type in hello and see if you can just oh, and I have a delightful view. Let's pull back a little bit. That's better. All right, so, oh, this one's really in there. Okay, so this is just the packet that they got for in-person class this week. And the first thing I had them do was just stick a few layers together. So these 2 layers I'm gonna put to the side in the ribbon, and I'm gonna attach, this is 5.5 by 2, and I'm gonna attach it to a basic white 5.5 by 2 1/4. So it's just a 1/4 inch border, so you get 1/8 of an inch on 2 sides. I'll lay that down edge to edge, and then we'll come in and lay it down. Oh, I put my punch away. Shucks, I'm gonna have to go get it. 1 second. So you want to get your cardstock to this spot, and I'll tell you, this is a pulley card. So let me show you. I did this at my team meeting on Sunday in a different color. So this is the same card in green, and this is what it does. So you can pull a sentiment out. I got the idea from my friend Rhonda Wade. She's my buddy, and I went to help her at a team meeting, and she did it, and I loved it so much I decided to copy it. So what I'm going to do is, the reason I love making this card with gingham is I don't have to measure. There's lines going across, so I'm going to just go in 2 squares and punch out with a 1/4 inch hole punch 2 squares in on both sides. So now I don't have to measure or anything. I would be making myself crazy right now if this wasn't gingham, but it is. And I punched 2 1/4 inch holes. Okay, so this is the open weave ribbon. And I'm gonna bring it through. It comes in a bunch of the in colors, but I'll bring it through on both sides so that the ribbon is going across in the front, okay? Ooh, I need a pair of scissors. Gosh darn it. Oh, here we go. Hey Brenda. Hi Sheila. Oh, it's so nice to be seeing your comments. Thank you for commenting. I'm finally seeing them on the laptop, so that's good. Let me know what you're doing on this fine Thursday. Do you have any weekend plans? My weekend plans is to get ready for next weekend, which is retreat. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited. And I'm so glad that this class is already done, so I can offer a class out. It's complete, just to ship the packets and send the directions. So they are ready to go. So I'm going to tie a knot on both sides of this ribbon. So the ribbon is coming out the back of the hole, and then I can pull on both sides and tie a knot off on both sides. So far, so good. Okay. So to save a minute, I can also tell you that I've made a bazillion of these cards this week. So I stamped this ahead of time for a happy dance. And I have this little guy. Now, all I did with this, and I can show this tonight, was I used a little bit of re-inker, same color, and I picked up the re-inker with the Wink of Stella, diffused it a little bit, and painted to make his beak and his little flappers a different color. So I love that. And I think we used all the dimensionals this morning. Boy, we really used everything up in the studio this week. Let's see. All right, there's a full sheet. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this layer. at the top and the bottom. So 1, 2, 3 across the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3 across the top. So I've got 2 die cut pieces, and you could use any dies that you own, so you don't have to have these, but I really love these. These are the scalloped contour dies. I use them all the time. There's like 3 or 4 sets that I think I use in every class I design because they're just easy. And so now I am taking glue dots and I am laying the glue dots down so that they are in the middle, because the glue dots are eventually going to stick to the ribbon, but for now I'm going to leave it right there. And then I'm just going to peel off. Thank you. I'm missing a nail. I lost one. My friend Chrissy will take care of that on Friday, but it's all good. I told her that I wanted a color that made me look like I had rainbow unicorn poop coming out my nails, and I think we got there. So, all right, so I've got the tops and the bottoms peeled, and now I'm going to lay this down over my card so that it doesn't interfere with the ribbon. So the ribbon can be covered, and I can just make it even on 3 sides here on this side. Okay, so that's the first part. And then, oh, don't do that. Then you're going to pull this all the way to the right-hand side. So I have this coming out the right. And then I'm going to bring it back just 1 inch. I'm going to give myself an inch of give on the inside so that it's not so tight, you know. And then I'm going to place this die cut underneath the other one and stick it to the ribbon at the same time. So those glue dots that are down the middle of my ribbon are now sticking to the, and it just slides in and out like that. So it slides underneath, and you don't even know it's there because the way these dies are shaped, it makes me happy. And it's so funny because at club, a bunch of people said that when they saw the pictures, they thought that the strawberry card was going to be their favorite, but that they turned around and that they love this one even more because of what it does. So the trick to this for me is to make sure that the smaller die cut is placed underneath so that when you come back, you don't accidentally catch it and it slides even back and forth. It's so cool and so easy. You could make this the other way too. You could do it 11 by 4 1/4. Actually, that's the way my friend Rhonda showed it. Was it with a shorter from here to here? You would just cut from 4 1/4 across and use your 2 die cuts in the ribbon. But really easy, really simple. Maybe a 1/2 inch in on the punch on both sides if you don't have gingham. But I found the gingham to be super easy because there's lines there. All right. So how about this strawberry? Is this not the coolest thing ever? I just want you to know I punched out a whole bunch of these, and playing with these strawberries, I think that I want to design a class with it because it's just that cool. So I really like that I've already done all that, but I think I want to grab the punch and actually show you what I did. So, oh, I stamped all of them, did I? Ah, there's an empty one. Good. All right, so let me grab the strawberry punch. When this punch was brand new, you legit couldn't get your hands on it because it was so popular. I'm just gonna punch out all of that. And then I'm gonna bring over all the stamps. So I'm gonna start with, let's see. I'm gonna start with the darkest green. So I gotta tell you, the Just Jade color, the ribbon that's in this project is going out, as well as Misty Moonlight and Bumblebee and Magenta. If you want any of those colors or anything like the re-inker, like if you bought the ink pad for Just Jade or any of those 5-in colors, on March 23rd, Stampin' Up! Is going to show the new catalog to all the current demonstrators. And historically what that means is everything that's in color sells out that day. So my advice is if you have in color ink pads or you have something that you need an extra pack of before it's gonna go out, now's the time to go get it. I wouldn't wait on that. it's one of those things every year I feel bad because somebody didn't get their re-inker for their, you know, last year it was Seaside Spray. I'm at 2 Seaside Spray. Okay, so I got all these pieces punched out of my white, and it might be easier if I show this to you with a black paper. So give me a second. Sometimes it's easier to stamp on white, and sometimes it's easier to stamp on black, but I always like to have one of each on the table. There's my strawberry, and there's the little stem. So there's 2 sides to the stem, and the easiest way to get to get it stamped, if you're stamping after you punch, is to make sure that that little pointy side is on the right-hand side. So that's the first thing that I'm going to stamp. And of course, I already pre-stamped these, but that's easy enough. You can see the way that it's stamped, so we don't need to do that. But I want to show you these because there's a bit of a technique to it. So this is the first stamp, like that. And this is Evening Evergreen. And I'll close that up because you know my hands will end up in it if I don't, or it'll end up on a card or ruining a project. And then this is Just Jade. So Evening Evergreen and Just Jade as a duo, go figure. Oh geez, and then I ran out of ribbon too. I gotta grab some of that. That's because I got all excited when I finished club this morning and I cleaned the room and put everything away. But, all right, so remember, this one, I stamped the inside strawberry full strength, and this one I stamped off, and you get a lot more detail of the outside one when you stamp off. So for new stampers, what does that mean? It just means this one's full strength, and it doesn't matter if you want to do the inside first. People kept asking all week, which way do I go? It doesn't matter, as long as you stamp off on this one. So we could have done that one first. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna stamp off on my black, and that'll absorb some of that ink, and then I'm stamping with the second generation down on my strawberry like that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so then we're gonna get these strawberries kind of ready for our card. And I'm gonna come in. Little glue goober there, and put a little bit of liquid glue at the top of the strawberry, and then I'll drop that on and let it set up for a second and dry. So liquid glue does take an extra minute to dry, but it's so forgiving. If you place it in the wrong place, you can move it around. Like, that's a little low, I'd like it to be higher. And so it'll set up and it'll dry permanent, which I love. All right, I'm gonna grab some ribbon while we let that dry. This is the Just Jade gold ribbon. It comes out of the main catalog, and I used every bit that I had open, so I got to open a new one. It frays a little bit on the ends when you're using it because it's so soft. It's like a nice, it's like something I'd like to sew on my clothes and wear. It's like so soft and wonderful to play with. But you see how like the ends are frayed? It's fine. It looks good. I'm not worried about it. But I enjoy working with this ribbon. And because of that, Stampin' Up! Actually, even though they put the plastic around, they tape it off because they don't want the ends to fray when you get it. At least not right away. Okay. So the next thing I did was I wanted to add a little bit of color to the leaves. The flowers on this leaf, they're going to be behind the strawberry, so I don't need to color that. But all we did in class is we took, I'm going to use that side because it looks like it's still green. Yeah, it is. We took a little bit of the blender pen and just scribbled some color right on those leaves. So it goes real fast. Okay, so that adds a little bit of color, and it's nice to get that done. It looks pretty. And then I will attach it to the Just Jade layer just below it. So this is Just Jade and Real Red that we're working with. And then I embossed this layer already. This is 5 1/4 by 4, but I embossed it with the honeycomb embossing folder. Doesn't this look like a strawberry? Like under a microscope? I think it's adorable. And after playing with this set just for one card, I think I want to design with it because I think it would make an awesome class. It's beautiful and it's so fun to work with. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna tie a bow, and I didn't like where the stem ends right here, so I decided that that's where my bow was gonna go. Oh, Denise, I'm so excited you got your goodies. Denise just signed up to be a demonstrator. She got a really awesome deal on the starter kit. It's always a good deal though. It's $99. You pick out $125 worth of goodies, and then you're part of our Stampers with Heart team for at least a quarter and a half usually. And if you want, you can continue. It's a great group. We swap every month. Oh my gosh, we have so much fun. So I hope, Denise, I hope you'll consider joining us for a swap now that you're official. Okay, so this is my ribbon. I tied it on. Now at this point, I could try and put adhesive here, but this Seal Plus is so absolutely sticky that it's way better to put the adhesive on the part that's not embossed. In fact, this is so embossed that you can tell that it's actually broken down the fibers in the paper, and when I try and pick up, or when I try and put adhesive on this, it actually picks up the paper because it's broken down a bit. This is nice and solid and it hasn't been embossed, so it's easier to run the Seal Plus on that layer than it is to run it on the embossed layer. So here we go. I got some dimensionals for the back. Someone was like, hey, how many should I use on this strawberry? I'm like, all of them, as many as you can fit. Because you know what? You can never have too many dimensionals. I like to have a lot of support under raised up images. It makes a difference in your finished project, like not today, but like 6 months from now when you find it and there's been something in the drawer that's sitting on top of it. As long as you have enough dimensionals, it doesn't matter. You can't kill them. All right. So here we go. I'm going to put one up high. Whoop. And then one down lower. You just layer them up. So cool. All right, so that's our strawberry card. You know what? I overlapped my dimensional there. This would cause extra postage. So all I have to do, I'm going to lift it up and move it just a little bit so that it's a single layer of dimensional, but you can still overlap the images. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I'm really looking forward to tonight. Everybody's welcome. Here, let me flip the camera. Everybody's welcome. And we are going to stamp 4 projects from start to finish. Intended for some newbie stampers, but there's still a gift card holder element, a fun fold. We've got masking and sponging with blending brushes and all sorts of fun coming your way tonight. So I have been offline. If you were trying to reach me today, I am desperately trying to finish my retreat for next weekend. It's going to take me the entire week, I'm sure, but I'll be so grateful to be able to gift all of these little crafty things that I'm making for my friends next weekend, and I'm sure they'll be excited to get them, you know. So, yeah, that's what's going on, and I hope to see you tonight. It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the Create with Selene online workshop group, and when I get off the video, the first thing I'll do is I'll get you some supply lists of things we played with today, and then I'll link to that group in the title up above. It's hard for me to do that ahead of time, so I'll go fix the post when we're done and get all that up there. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tonight, 7 o'clock. Bye, guys.